Hello. Hey guys, what's up? Good morning. Hey, did you like my last little business? I'm enclosing sentences for Leviticus. You know, it shows a pretty honoring, mean spirited God, and I know I've in some ways um I've kind of known that the God of the Old Testament is kind of a mean and ornery one, whereas they make him out to be a little different in the new one, in the New Testament. You guys, it's the same one. It's just that I think when it comes down to it, it's the language behind these things that sounds. I mean, you're having incest. These things are going on about being with your sister, and there's this killing. It's this idea of people going and go to all the camps and slay everybody's brother, and this is all symbolic writing. So regardless of what you think about God, it's wrong. It's just plain old wrong. Yeah. And we learn that through the Bible. We learn at least, you know, with this idea of the code and being able to rip the Bible apart literally, and get down to the brass taxes and how things work. The Bible is talking to us. It's telling us that, we came on this earth without his connection, and we came in broken in pieces, and shattered means because, to be, uh, like a leopard, to be confused. So, this is how it is. Sure, we say, oh, well, I'm alive and I'm well, and I'm thinking, all right, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and I'm religious and stuff, and or I'm, going to be like, I'm an atheist, and, those atheists know more about the Bible than these stupid Christians do. So, nobody's got God down. They're even Jesus is the devil and stuff like that. Hey, now they're getting somewhere, right? When they start seeing all of these are us, that we are the beast and we are God and we are Jesus and we are all of these things. We are all of those people, all those things. Until you start opening your mind to this concept that the Bible is really just some kind of you know, a operator manual for the mind, for the human mind. It's beautiful. It's beautifully written, and it's seamless to those people that can see this side of it. Uh, so here we have God, we have ourself, we have whoever the maker is above or around and about, or whatever this energy is of God, which is mom and dad, or Elohim, decided what's best for us is that, we don't know nothing. You come into this world dumb, and perhaps they'll run across some kind of religion, and religion is pushed on us. It's literally like, it's really, let's try to get them since they were from their babies, when they're young, and places like Islam, you're born into it. Is Israel, this guy's here. You're born into being a Jewish person. You can't get out. All the rest of us are allowed to be things. Unless you're Catholic, you're born into it. So you'll see that there are certain kinds of trappings to be the snare, to work the snare out for the Bible, to catch you, to catch anyone that comes near anyone, and you can't question it. You have to take it at face value. People like me are not allowed to, um, or anyone, they're not. Oh, it could just be something, another way of reading this? Isn't there some other way of catching on what's going on? Oh, wow. Well, the Bible tells us how to do it. And that's what we do here. We do this. Oh my goodness, we found another way to read the Bible. And it's so revealing. God is far more responsible for us and far more intelligent than we make him out to be in our Bible, you know. But, just coming right out and telling you that, reading in the Leviticus that, we find out what all those different ailments are that are on the body and the blood, are representing this disconnection and the works that we have to do before we can be accepted into the camp. Until then we're just lepers sitting on the outside of the tent. It's so cool. This Bible is just unveiling itself one thing at a time. What we got? 15 people watching. One of my videos I think it's because I use that girl, that one of these little pretty little girls that they got singing, all these devilish stuff. But she just happens, when I put in the word bad blood, this picture came up. It's beautiful. She's pretty. So I'm getting a lot of hits, I think, off of that. I don't know who all is listening, but I'm supposed to have, over 100 people, connected to this channel, and I don't know. I'm not sure how it's all working out, but let's get back to our regular 12, and be happy, because the rest of this is just hype and craziness. But God brings us into the land of Canaan so that there's leprosy in there. I mean, he's like, who needs to dust and put a little bit of, like smallpox and something and toss it over into your neighbor's yard. This is about the way it goes. The world has been made to be a burden. It has been, no matter how beautiful and all it is, it was made to be hell. It really was. And he says, if you're going to go over there, I'm going to bring hell on you. That's the point of it. And so it all has to do with where you are on the ladder, where you're born, wherever in the world you are. The higher you are, the less any of this matters. You could still, well, I wouldn't know. See, Buddha supposedly was born of a rich person. And this rich person kept him away from seeing all these things about the earth, about people being, getting old and people being sick and stuff like that. So he was shut into his world, but he wanted to get out and see the place. And right off the bat, he started seeing this, started seeing that, and suffering. He wanted to figure out a way to get around that. Not that to get around, but there must be some way around it. And so, he went through the four worlds till he got to the fourth. He was tried out here. He says, well, being rich doesn't bring you into this nirvana. It doesn't take the pain away. And so, he would starve himself. So this was the third world. And then while after he starved, he was brought back to life by some little girl. He was half dead. And that's the way the stories go. And he gained his enlightenment. So this is the idea that he made his travels and made it over to this other side. That's number 4. And that's what the Bible is telling us. It's telling us, you have to start off on the east or on the west side of life, the Western thinking or Western anything, which is everything is outside. These guys are real and they bleed. They came around. They're for real, and learn this. They've been doing this for thousands of years. Who are you to say this isn't happening? Well, it doesn't matter. Everyone is treated the same. No one is connected to God when they first come to life on this planet. They just don't. That's the way it is. And Maybe someone wakes up during in their time, they could become some kind of Dalai Lama or something, but until they start answering questions and read these Bibles and telling you what the parables actually mean and stuff like that, I wouldn't believe none of them because you got to be able to know that. You have to come up and say, what does it mean to come to me as a child, or you can't come into heaven? You got to be able to answer that. You do, you really do. What does that mean? Yes, you have to be able to answer that question. What does it mean? Spare the rod, spoil the child. What does that mean? What does that mean? Huh? What does it mean to be unclean until the even? All right. What's your best stab at that? Hmm? Yeah. Well, anyways, we've been put down here for whatever reasons. It's like a Las Vegas of the cosmos. Anything goes. Anything goes. You know. And one day, this is probably just gonna it's gonna have enough of us. And it's done it a lot of times before. There's a lot of empty spaces between places and things, and so whether Earth does this periodically or the cosmos just wraps us off, the Earth or something like that. But people live, comes back around again, and they find this book or a book. Everything's written down now or chiseled into walls and stuff like that, and it's time to copycat, time to cut and paste and be the same people that they were before, absolutely ignorant, but believing they know everything know everything, you know. You know, there's a lot of things I don't know, but when it comes down to Bible and talk and symbolism, I can crack it. I can crack that code, and we'll find out just what it means. All right, so just thought I'd say hello. It's Monday. I got things I got to do, and I'll be back a little bit later. Gonna go through a new book. I'm just gonna throw like a little dart at the board and find out what's gonna be the next place. Where in the world are we gonna go next? All right, when it comes to our Bible. Chat with you soon, you guys. Best to you.